Hey, just want to probably less than 10 minutes. Just want to explain this. I'll tie it all together at the very end. But Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just delivered some big news that can have huge impacts for first-time home buyers. It's not getting a lot of publicity, not sure why, because I think it's going to impact quite a few clients that you run into that can eventually turn from FHA to conventional. Like I said, this gets a little technical. So, but like I said, I just want to give you kind of a quick idea. Obviously, it's my job to put the client into the right program, but I always like to know that the realtor understands what's out there and maybe have a conversation or just send them, obviously, to someone that knows what they're talking about, which hopefully is me. So let's talk about this. No loan level price adjustments are now available, which I'm guessing most people are like, what the heck does that mean? I have no idea what that means, whatever. But loan level price adjustments, all that means is that conventional financing is very credit score driven, where FHA is not. FHA, you could have a 660 score and an 820. You're getting the same rate. You're getting the same PMI. You're getting the same everything, same costs, everything's the same. Conventional financing is completely different. They have what you call loan level price adjustments, which if you have a lower credit score, you get penalized. If you have different loan to value, so different down payments are going to be penalized differently. If you have a condo rather than a single family or a townhouse, you get penalized for that. So that's where this comes in. So that's what I want to talk about to make sure you understand. So the two things you have to basically qualify, one is you have to be a first-time home buyer. So let's make sure we understand what that is. A first-time home buyer is someone that hasn't owned a house in 3+ years. So if they bought a house in 2019, but they sold it in 2020, they're not a first-time home buyer. They had to have sold it before December of 2019, then they're a first-time home buyer again. So again, it's when you owned it, not when you purchased it. Secondly, they have to fall under this AMI. AMI is area median income. And as you can see, there's zero pricing hits if the borrower is less than 80% AMI. That's Home Ready and Home Possible. That's more of a program that's been out there for a while and requires a little bit less income that the clients can make. But the new wrinkle in this thing is that the borrowers, or that Fannie and Freddie, are allowing up to 100% AMI. And I'm going to show you, as long as one borrower is a first-time home buyer. And I'm going to show you what that actually means and how it can impact your client, which I think is very obviously important. So where do you find AMI? I just gave you a few different examples here. 7-county metro area in Minnesota is 117,800. I went down to Rochester, 109. St. Louis County, which is Duluth, 88,200. Then I went up to Brainerd as well. Crow Wing County is 83,600. So those are the 100% AMI limits. In order to find that, all you have to do is go to Fannie, or go to Google, type in Fannie Mae Home Ready Map. That's all you have to do. It's going to bring up this area median income lookup tool. You click on that, start typing in your address. I just start typing in anything. It's going to bring up something next to me. Type it in. There it is. Area median income, 117,800. 80%, again, that's for Home Ready, Home Possible. That's a different program with similar results, 94,240. So let's go back to that page and see how does this impact me and what do my borrowers expect? So here's a chart. And as you can see, at a 740 credit score, you're getting the best levels, you're getting the best pricing. Once you go down to, let's just say 680, for example, you're at 1.25% loan level adjustment compared to 0.25%. What does that mean? It means on a $300,000 loan, you're taking $300,000, you're multiplying it by 0.0125% and coming up with that figure. And if I'm doing my math correctly, that's 3,750. Hopefully that's right. But 3,750, you have to pay that extra fee in order to get the same rate as someone with a 740 credit score in today's environment. So today, that 1.25% goes away. Now all of a sudden that 680 credit score is technically getting better terms than a 740 credit score that makes too much money or is not a first-time home buyer. That's a big difference right there. Also, if you have a condo, as you can see, once you hit 75% or more than 75% of your home value, so less than 25% down, you get hit 0.75%. So that's another thing that you're going to be impacted on this program, as well as 2 to 4 units as well. You're going to get hit at that level as well of 1%. So how does this relate to your clients? And that's what I'm going to go over. So I have a live scenario, one that's closed on January 6th, 732 credit, 5% down, so 95% LTV. They make $150,000 income. Debt ratios are 22%. So most people are thinking, oh, well, they make 150. How are they able to get into this program when you can only make 117,800? What I'm doing is I'm taking away the $48,000 from the wife. I'm just keeping her on the loan. I'm just not going to use her income. And now I'm just going to use $102,000 for the husband. Debt ratio goes from 22 to about 34. Now they save, again, 732 credit, 95% LTV is a 0.5% hit. So as of basically a couple days ago, I thought they were going to be charged 0.5%, which is $1,400. Now today I get to tell them, hey, you're bringing in $1,400 less based on this program. So that's what I did on this one. So just to let you know, you can always finagle with the income. Like if you have someone that makes 130, but let's say 105 is base and 25,000 is commissions, and I can qualify them off 105, I'm going to remove that 25 commissions and get it done. What you can't do is if they're 130 base, I can't just say, hey, let's just make them at 117 and qualify them. I mean, it is what it is. But if there's bonus, commissionable income, stuff like that, I can kind of remove that and qualify them based on that kind of stuff. So, which is a big thing. Here are a couple other examples. Here's another scenario. Purchase in Dakota County. Again, the AMI is 117,800. 5% down, 675 credit for the husband, 735 for the wife. 280 loan amount. Income combined is 105. By the chart, we lose 2.25%. So you're looking at 675 credit right here, 95%, which is 5% down. You're losing 2.25. So on a $280,000 loan amount, that's $6,300. As of today, that becomes zero. So now, what do we have to do? Okay, we don't need as much seller paid, maybe concessions. Maybe my client doesn't have to bring in as much money. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we can run this, but it's definitely going to impact the clients in a positive way. Also, PMI is only $158 a month compared to FHA, which would have been $187. So they're saving $29 there. And you're saving $4,900 on the upfront FHA fee that conventional does not charge. So as long as I get a conventional approval on this, they're saving almost 30 on PMI, and they're saving almost 5,000 on closing costs. So that's a huge improvement for a first-time home buyer and potential clients that you may have. Scenario number 2. Okay, it's purchased in Hennepin County. Again, AMI is 117,800. We're going to do 3% down, 725 credit for the wife, 744 for the husband, $300,000 loan amount. Income combined is 110. They're buying a townhome, but it's classified as a condo. So when it's classified as a condo, we have to call it a condo. By the chart, again, 725 credit, 3% down, right here, 725, 3% down. You're losing 1, and then you're also losing 0.75 because it's a condo. So we're losing 1.75% on a condo, which means we're losing, that client is basically having to pay $5,250 in order to get that rate that they want. So it's a big savings there. So a couple quick notes. Keep in mind, we still need to get an automated approval. So it's not like if you have a 620 score, as you can see, 620, you're losing 3.5% at 3% down. Most likely, you're not getting approval on conventional financing at a 620 credit score. You might, but at 3% down, you're probably not getting that. Maybe at 20% down, we might, but at 3%, probably not happening. So we still need automated approval. But in the past, you may not even run it because we already know we're not going to get one. But now it's going to make a lot more sense. So as I said, we were going to see a lot more conventional loans due to these changes from Fannie and Freddie that in the past would have to go FHA. And obviously everybody knows that listing agents love to tell their clients that, hey, don't take FHA if you can get a conventional loan, or maybe the house doesn't qualify FHA due to chipping paint or whatever the case is. So that should eliminate a lot of that stuff. Then lastly, when you lose price. So again, when you're losing price right here, as you go down the spectrum here, down the model, you're losing price as you get a lower score. All that means, again, and I want to make sure you understand, that means the client actually has to bring that extra money dollar for dollar. So if you're losing an extra 1%, 1% of 300,000 is 3,000. Client has to bring that in. If you're losing 2.75, that's obviously a lot of money. That's like, I don't know, that's like over $8,000 on a $300,000 loan amount. So big changes that can benefit first-time home buyers for sure. So what's going to happen is we either charge the borrower that extra percentage of fees, we increase the rate, so some of those fees go down. So as you increase the rate, it's kind of like a teeter-totter. You increase the rate, your fees go down. You decrease the rate, your fees go up. Or you do a combination of the two. You say, hey, let's, instead of 6.5%, let's do 7. Instead of 7 and 6.5% is charging 2 points, maybe at 7 it's only charging 1. So we kind of mess around with that to figure out the best options. But with these loan level price adjustments disappearing, again, you may not have to do that anymore because of the reasons I just explained. So again, just quickly, got to be a first-time home buyer, got to make less than your AMI, 100% AMI, which is right here. So if you do that, again, I'd love to talk to clients that are first-time home buyers that may qualify for this. I know as a realtor, you're not going to say, hey, client, how much money do you make? I mean, that's where I come in. So obviously, if they tell you, fantastic. If it's more than 117,800, they're probably not going to qualify for this. But again, you don't know if I can do a scenario like I did this first one where I'm eliminating the wife's income to make a deal work. So there's a lot of different ways I can do this. Give me a call if you have questions on it. But I think this is a huge thing that is not getting a lot of publicity. And again, I'm still shocked on why that is. Have a good day.